But on the other hand, okay, now you're cool. You cleaned it up. The contest is still running. Now you're sitting there with shitty drawers or whatever. So you would really like to slip those neoprenes off, go clean yourself up, get some fresh new drawers, and then fucking put your neoprenes on, and no big deal. It is what it is, dude. Toss the fucking the underwear or whatever. So I do agree. I actually do carry. I do the same exact thing. Actually, I always keep an extra pair of boxers. Just in, you never fucking know what's gonna happen, dude.
What is going on, everybody? You are listening to the Built for War podcast. I am your host, Austin Trotter, accompanied by my co-host, Michael Musick.
What's up, Strength Freaks?
And we appreciate everything that you guys do on the YouTube, on the Spotify, everything. If you're new to the podcast, we just ask that you hit that subscribe, hit that follow, like, comment, share, do whatever you want, or whatever you can. Something that's super small for you goes a long way for us.
Absolutely.
So if you guys wouldn't mind, hit that subscribe, do the bell notification, so that way if you guys are interested and you want to come back and listen to two semi-strong guys talk about a whole lot of everything, but a whole lot of nothing at the same time, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah, and you want to be notified when that happens.
You do.
And it's weekly.
Every single week.
I mean, what kind of day? What a great day that would be when your phone goes off. It's not Instagram. It's not Facebook.
Yeah.
It's YouTube letting you know that we're there for you.
Saying hi.
Hey.
Hello. As always, if you do comment on the Built for War podcast on the YouTube, we're going to shout you out, obviously. Numero uno at Scott Dodds, the man, the myth, dude. The absolute savage.
He is. He's just such an OG savage.
He commented, Novikov getting ready to run 2024. He looks like he's on a mission.
I agree.
I do too. I think if he can stay injury-free,
absolutely,
he will be a fucking, he'll be a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely, yeah. Coming off that surgery, it looks like he's been totally taking like a good long break. And that's a big thing he understands really well because he's such a...
well, he's a younger guy.
He's a younger guy, but he's like so mature in the sport though, because he's been competing since he was like fucking 14 or whatever. Yeah. He knows really well when to rest his body and everything. So, and after the surgery, like, yeah, he's just been ghost for so long. So he gave himself a really good amount of time to heal.
Yeah.
And now he's just coming back. So yeah, I do agree, Scott. Really excited to see Novikov fuck some shit up. So,
yeah. So, thank you, Scott Dodds, for
commenting. You're always there. Thank you, buddy.
What was I going to say? I don't know. It was
there and
it was there, and then it was like, see you later. Yeah, so that's our comment of the week.
Yeah.
Make sure that you guys comment on the channel or so on and so forth to be featured on our podcast. Yeah.
If you want us to say your name, just put a comment.
Just put a comment on there. We'll say your name. We'll say your name however you want.
Ooh, put it on the comment and tell us.
If you want us to do it in...
Dude, we got so many different options.
A super low voice.
Bro.
We can do that. If you want us to shout you out on the megaphone, be like, thank you, Scott Dodds, for hooking it up. Or if you're really into Alvin and the Chipmunks,
we'll make it happen, baby.
that laugh. That gets me every time, dude. Yeah.
No, yeah. We just love to see the involvement and everything else. So we're here for you. So you guys could be there for us, okay?
Yeah.
Just small things, comments, questions, you name it. We love to just interact with you guys. So that's why we do this.
Absolutely. For those of you that are not following the Instagram, go follow the Instagram at Built for War Strength.
Yep.
And go check out the website. We've got 2 new drops for apparel. If you want it in a sweatshirt form, everything will be up on the website to put everything in the sweatshirt form, even for the OG, the Colorado Strongman, the Plate Bandit. We just came out with a Colorado Strongwoman. Already sold 3 of those.
Yep. Yeah, those are sick.
Make sure that you guys go there, put in your order. We'll get it shipped out to you within a few days, and you'll have it.
Absolutely. And you rock. Be part of the army, okay?
Be a part.
Be part of this movement.
The movement.
Of what is Built for War.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Absolutely.
You guys are doing so good. And also to all of our listeners, Spotify, whatever podcasts you guys listen to, whatever channels, you guys are doing great. We appreciate the reviews and the downloads. So
yeah,
thank you guys. Keep moving, keep grooving. Just love all the support. So
absolutely. You know what I want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about?
You've got a really big competition coming up.
I do.
In like less than a month.
Yeah, it's less than a month. It's like,
well, it's about a month.
It's 4 weeks. So,
I want to talk about what to bring and what to leave home for a competition.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because there's always a lot of confusion. People will bring a freaking suitcase full of stuff.
Yeah, it's true. I've seen it.
And most of the time, you don't really need all of it.
No,
it's nice to have all of it, but at the same time, people should know what to pack and what to not pack.
I like that. Yeah, absolutely. And I think once you and you can definitely see it in other shows too. Anytime you go to a show, I mean, a show is a show, but just bigger ones, they may have it a little different. But I agree. Yeah, even down from a local show to like a high notch show, you're basically still bringing. I prepare personally the same way as you would for any show, really. So,
yeah.
And you are true. Some people bring way too fucking much, and especially bigger shows where you're traveling, that makes it way more inconvenient. Or even the other show, because it's always nice to have too much and not need it, but at the same time, that becomes a pain in the ass.
Well, yeah, and especially with traveling, right? Because a check bag it's not cheap.
No, it's not cheap.
Unless you're getting it for free. Thankfully, we fly Southwest now, and nothing but it, so we get 2 check bags for free.
Absolutely.
But we also pay for Southwest.
Yeah, exactly. You got to pay for that.
So what are your main priorities in your bag right away before we even get into events?
It's always my gear, obviously, like my bag, like the bag that we talk about, things that I use when I train these events. So that's the first and foremost. Can't forget about those. So it's just running down the list. Anything that I train with, you just always got to make sure you have that. So, belt, knee sleeves, elbow sleeves, wrist wraps, chalk, mouth guard, neoprene shorts. In this event, this will be the first time I've actually carried one, but deadlift suit. Basically just run down your events, and what you wear is what you wear.
Yeah.
So, I think that's a pretty, an easy one. But then I think it's the outside things that get people, because I think if you're like I said, pretty much your gym bag that you bring, because you're going to, what you train in is what you're going to compete in. And you should have already trained in what you're going to compete in, right?
Right. You should have already gotten used to how the equipment is going to fit, or how.
Yeah, so I think that's the big one. If anything, I would say make sure most venues are really good about it, but if you're worried about it, I'd always say maybe restock on some chalk. Make sure you got some chalk in your bag, or some liquid chalk or something.
I would definitely recommend, especially for a local show, because everybody's going to have chalk.
Exactly.
Right? I would still recommend bringing, because we all have our little Tupperwares of chalk, right? Mm-hmm. I would recommend filling that with a block, and then bringing another block still in the package.
Absolutely.
Because you don't know what's going to happen to that Tupperware. This is, some competitions, people just grab shit that's yours by accident.
Very true. You set it down and you go do your warm-ups and come back and it's gone. And a lot of people, like you said it perfectly. A lot of other people are there with like the same Tupperware that you bought at Walmart and everything else. It's not purposeful. But shit gets lost.
Yeah. Yeah. People aren't stealing your chalk on purpose, but
but it could.
it's going to happen.
It does happen.
Something is going to get taken.
Yeah, and with your main equipment, it's a little easier to spot. But sometimes, like it is what it is. But that's a good point.
Yes and no, because the other problem is a lot of people rock Cerberus.
And that's what I was thinking. But I mean, you're just gonna have to be a little hardcore on that. Like keep a little closer eye on that kind of shit. But it's the things that you just set down and walk away. Don't think much of it, right? You're not gonna necessarily set your knee sleeves, and you're gonna keep that around your bag.
Yeah.
But like,
and like your sleeves and your belt and all of that.
Right. You
the belt for sure is definitely kind of a one of a kind thing.
Your knee sleeves are on you, like stuff like that. Like I'm not too concerned, but yes, the chalk. Always bring extra chalk. And another one which I've lost at competitions is if you're a salts person, make sure you got like you got your old salts in your bag. Use those and got a new bottle sitting there ready to go. And keep an eye on that because I've obtained bottles of salts and I have lost bottles of salts at fucking competitions. So
yeah, I mean there's only so many salt companies out there. People are bound to have the same
absolutely one. Right. I mean literally like it's just like all of a sudden like you look down and fucking right next to your water or like on your bag. I've literally walked back to my bag and I got like salts in my bag. I'm like, who the fucks are these?
Yeah.
And of course I pick it up and like the people that are next to me tend to. I'm like, are these yours? And they're like, no. And I'm like, all right, well, I just got some new salt, so whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, I mean, it just happens. Again, yeah. People, and usually when do you salt? Right before you do something, you fucking hit it, throw it, toss it. If you do good in the event, you get fucking super psyched, and then you walk off.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden it's 2 events later, and you're like, fuck, where are those?
I need the salts.
I need my salts. And then you go back, and they're gone. So, and I mean, again, this is a dick thing. It's just... it's mistaken. So
it happens.
It does. And you don't want to be freaking out or outside of your lane, right? Because that's the biggest thing on competition is wherever you are, you're trying to make that situation as home as possible. So like it's the same routine. It's the same thing. So
yeah.
So just being prepared is the biggest thing. So
yeah, for sure. I think another thing to kind of toss in your bag is at least for these bigger shows, well, I'd say just shows in general.
Yeah.
Extra pair of shorts.
Yes. I 100% agree.
Because there's a possibility that you could shit yourself.
Absolutely. And that's the thing about, I haven't had to travel outside the States and compete. But even then, when you're traveling different areas, you're messing with different food. A lot of time your diet changes a little bit, and you don't know how it's going to react to your stomach. And
yeah, I mean, because when we fly out to these places, right, we normally get there on Thursday.
Yeah,
weigh-ins are Friday, so on and so forth.
Yeah,
when we get there Thursday, what do we do normally? We normally go out to eat.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Friday, if we're water cutting, so on and so forth, Friday is the refeed.
Yep. That's what I mean, right? Yeah. So Thursday.
So your body is like trying to take all this shit in, but it's not the shit that you've been eating for the last 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
Absolutely.
So on and so forth.
Exactly. Or your body's just not quite perfectly, because nailing a water cut and a refeed is one of the most difficult things there is. And sometimes, you need to refeed and your body's holding, but then all of a sudden, it's not. And it's just shitting out and everything else. So, and I think most lifters will understand that. You can kind of tell when your stomach is wrong, but when some of these events, when you give max effort, you never know when that shit's just going to happen, dude. And you don't, and it's no big deal. I mean, it is what it is. People piss, they shit, they puke. That's when you're giving it your all. So you're
pushing the body to the absolute
max.
Yeah.
That it's got. So, I mean, it is what it is. Nobody's going to doubt you. It's one of those, like we've said before, people look at it as just clean it up.
This podcast is sponsored by Premier TRT and Med Spa. Make sure you guys go over to www.premiertrt.com to get all of your testosterone, hormone, and peptide needs.
Absolutely. And just overall general health. I mean, you guys want to be checked out by the best in the business and people that actually care about you and your well-being and your overall health, whether it's strides and strength, admirations, or just a healthy living style. You guys cannot beat Premier TRT and Med Spa. Great family-owned style business, and you're just one of the family. And as always, get yourself checked.
Either that or go check them out at 12774 Colorado Boulevard, Suite 141 in Thornton, Colorado. Yeah. Go over there and tell Melanie we said that we sent you, Tell them that Built for War sent us.
That's right. You were hanging out with us last night, chilling, and you needed to come get checked. So, bam, there you are.
Yeah. For a low price, they'll check you out. They'll get you what you need and get you out the door so you can be back to living a healthy, lovely lifestyle like everybody else.
That's the American dream.
That's the American dream.
It really is. But no, for real, guys, always we say keep an eye on your health, and there's nobody better.
Yeah.
Premier. And family, and you just become one of the family, okay?
You're part of the familia now.
For real. You're under my protection, okay?
Well, thank you for sponsoring us, Premier TRT, and thank you to you.
Always.
We'll see you guys. This podcast is sponsored by Cerberus Strength USA. Make sure that you guys go to cerberus-strength.us for all of your Cerberus needs.
Yeah, absolutely. They're the absolute best. They're coming up in the game. They're owning the game. Cerberus Strength is the best quality product you can possibly wear.
I mean, I tell you what, whenever I think of strongman or powerlifting nowadays, I think of Cerberus.
Dude, I think about Cerberus every day.
I mean, because I wear Cerberus every day.
It looks super sick.
It does. Make sure that if you guys want any of the gear, the equipment, accessories, apparels, they're even coming out with supplements now.
Absolutely.
Make sure that you guys go check out Cerberus Strength.
For real. They're literally one of the best in the business. Probably the best in the business. They're sponsoring everybody from strongman athletes to all the strength sport athletes out there, taking over the game. And you just know you're in safe and good hands when you rock Cerberus Strength.
And make sure that you use our code B4WAR at checkout to save you 10% at checkout.
Absolutely. And their packages always arrive, no problems, shipping, everything. So B4WAR, get you 10% off.
And thank you to Cerberus for sponsoring this podcast.
Absolutely. We love you.
We love you.
But on the other hand, okay, now you're cool. You cleaned it up. The contest is still running. Now you're sitting there with shitty drawers or whatever. So you would really like to slip those neoprenes off, go clean yourself up, get some fresh new drawers, and fucking put your neoprenes on, and no big deal. It is what it is, dude. Toss the fucking the underwear or whatever. So I do agree. I actually do carry. I do the same exact thing. Actually, I always keep an extra pair of boxers. Just in, you never fucking know what's gonna happen, dude.
I always keep an extra pair of everything lower. Yes, boxers, shorts, and socks.
Socks, 100%. Dude, that's one thing. Just when I pack in general,
I care about my feet so much.
I'm the same.
I go get pedicures done. My feet are my moneymaker, right?
It's true, dude.
I would be nothing without my legs.
It's very true.
So, well, not nothing for those of you that are wheelchair bound. Right. Obviously,
absolutely not.
But what I'm saying is like, I wouldn't be able to do a lot of the shit that I do if I have my feet are all fucked up.
Absolutely.
So, socks number one. Because if they get super soaked, something fucking random happens. I have a pair of socks on me just in case to swap out, dry everything out.
100%.
Plus, like with the shorts thing as well, you don't know if for some reason, say you're doing a carrying event, you let go of it and something grabs your drawstring it just pulls something and then just tears your shorts. Absolutely. Do you want to walk around the rest of the day
with fucking big old ripped hole and shit?
Yeah.
I mean, it is true. And not everybody has double pairs of neoprenes, and I understand that. But like, as you advance and stuff, like I would always say, get yourself a pair, wear them, compete in them, and then get yourself just like we talk about. We used to say with shoes and stuff too. You get yourself a pair of competition neoprenes, like you only wear them at
like you have a training set and you have
your comp set.
A comp set.
Yeah, but you still got those training ones sitting in that bag just in fucking case something goes wrong.
It's like we always talk about, and it's an investment into the future. So
absolutely,
when you do wear out that pair, go get you a nice new comp pair, and you only wear those. Unless you're going to a competition, those stay in a bag.
They do, yeah. They're
house.
Like brand new. They're crispy every time you wear them, so they're fucking golden.
Yep.
And so yeah, I agree. Those kinds of things, and then And then after that, I would just break it down into events. So like we say, like you use your belt and everything, whatever, straps. But sometimes a big one that people don't think about, and it's hindered me early in my years, especially now, is certain events for shoes. So, if you're pulling events or sled events or something like that, you need to think about, so for instance, OSG, I know there's going to be think about the events. You got press medleys, you got walking medleys. Not everybody has gotten to that point where they have lifters just for this event, and then they use a different pair for the moving events. And
they almost have like three,
you have like
probably 4 different pairs of shoes.
They got 3 or 4 different pairs. The biggest ones that I have found is yes, I have gone into that point of where I do I wear a now like a Metcon, and I love Metcons. It's just an all around general one, and then I got my my normal Converse, and so I use both of those. But on this particular event, and I always look for it, is any kind of pull event or stone event. I need like a higher boot or something that's going to grip a little better.
Yeah.
So I know on that sled event, it's going to be on a slick ass fucking floor, and I can't be rocking my Converse. So I'm going to be sliding shit. So I need to make sure I have a boot.
You need something with a gummier sole instead of a hard sole like Converse.
Exactly. So, and then on the backside of that, if we make it the third day and I got to do that stone event, then I have boots, which then, because of my short ass, I need a little bit of elevation to get me a little higher up on the platform.
An inch is an inch.
Oh, dude, an inch. Fucking most of the time when you miss lifts, it's an inch.
Yep.
Not even an inch. So,
Yep.
That's a big one. I always have my boots with me.
Yeah, I would definitely say the right shoes for the right.
100%. It's a huge deal.
The right shoes for the right event. I mean, especially when doing any kind of pull or push.
Yep.
You want those feet locked into the ground.
You need to, right? I've watched people just fuck. When we were watching that what is it? PSL event. A slippery ass floor.
Yep.
Watching people eat shit on that sled drag.
Oh yeah, that was U90.
Yeah, the U90.
PSL.
Yeah, and fucking guys are just going straight from feet to ass.
They just constantly they would go to pull and their feet would just go right out from underneath them.
And I mean, it's just because of the competition place, and it's anytime you're getting into that mix of events, you're pushing or pulling, where you really need to be locked in on your feet. You need to think about that.
Yeah.
Dude, other guys, when you get into bigger ones, they get rock climbing shoes.
Yeah.
This is another part of the bag. You don't use them normally, but it's cool. Buy a pair, and as long as your feet don't grow, which usually they don't, you're going to have that one pair for a fucking very long time.
Yeah, for sure.
That's $150. Okay, that's $150 is going to last me 10 fucking years.
Well, and like we talk about too. So here's the other thing. This is actually my next investment, because we are going to be starting to get into a lot of the shows on the road now.
Yep.
Let's see here. What the? Oh, here it is. What the F? Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that rollaway bag is so dope.
This is my next investment for
agree.
me.
I
think this is going to be my Christmas present for myself.
I agree.
Because
that thing is sick.
It's ridiculous to take to the gym every fucking day.
No, it's literally for traveling only.
Yeah.
Only traveling. It's a suitcase.
Yeah, I mean, look how fucking big that thing is.
Right, look at that.
But look how much shit you can put
and that's
into
exactly it. And that's why a lot of times people are like, maybe I don't go that because my bag don't fit in. I don't want to bring another bag and everything else.
My main concern is that, now that I'm fucking shouting out Southwest, right? Now that I get 2 free check bags, this will be one of them.
100%.
And my regular suitcase of walking clothes
shit.
will be my second one. So I'm why don't I just go with a bigger bag?
I agree, dude.
Fucking literally put more shit in there than I actually need.
Damn, I might actually see how quick they can send me one of those. I might buy one of those.
Hey Ken,
Can
we put that on priority mail?
I need that right now. Okay.
Shout out to Ken, by the way,
dude.
president and I believe CEO of Cerberus Strength.
Yep. Love the dude. Killing it.
Yeah, we talk pretty often, and he's on top of literally everything.
Is. Yeah, he's on top of it. So, absolutely, I agree. And just making sure that you can, it's making you're already in a stressful situation with competing and everything else. So, you need to pregame to make your life easier on that day. So you can 100% focus on everything that you got to focus on. That's important.
Yeah.
Not fucking, oh shit, where's this? Oh, it's back at the hotel. It's this, or we didn't bring it. And you know what I mean? It's like, fuck all that.
Well, in something like nationals, that's what I want this bag for, right?
Yeah.
I want everything to be there because we're flying out, right? We're flying out. We're doing these big shows. We're starting to get kind of more out of the local level shows into bigger shows on the road. And I always notice that there is some type of variable.
Sorry.
Fucking seizure?
I think I got Tourette's, bro. I'm not even kidding you. Shit happens all the time.
Does it really?
Yeah, all the time.
I've never noticed it.
Oh, really? It happens all the time.
For those of you listening, he literally just
Sorry.
like had a seizure.
Sorry.
Real quick.
Yeah. You see it. Like, I do it all the time. Yeah. Apparently, I got looked at. It's apparently when your nervous system, it's like the old school, like brain fart, they call it. But like, what it's technically, I guess what happens is where your nervous system literally hits like a glitch.
Huh.
And it, like, it's uncontrollable. Like, I can't control that whatsoever. I can feel it every
That
single
sounds like Tourette's.
Yeah, I can literally feel it crawling. It like crawls up the back of my neck, and I know it's coming, but it like seizes you, and then like you just uncontrollably shake.
How have I never noticed this?
Yeah, I do it all the fucking time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's weird. I haven't nailed down why it gets worse. Sometimes it gets worse than other times. Like, I'll fucking do that shit like 6-7 times a day.
What?
And then other times, like, I may go a week without doing it. Yeah, I haven't nailed
crazy.
it down, like, why or what's causing it. But yeah, dude, it's like, that's what I said. I was like, I think I got Tourette's.
Not the fun kind.
Yeah, not the fun. Yeah, because most Tourette's actually is just more of a, like a jerking.
It's a tick.
It's a tick, exactly. So,
Yeah, it's something that the brain just misfires.
exactly.
What we're talking about. Oh, yeah. So going to these bigger shows, there's always a variable that is underlooked. Like the slippery floor.
Dude, those.
Nobody knew.
Nobody thinks about
Everybody was training concrete,
it.
not
or
polished.
whatever's at their gym, a turf or whatever, or outside. And
How nice? How do you think those guys would have done if they would have put a set of hiking boots
dude.
in their bag?
yeah, that's if like
You know what I mean, though?
100%.
Like there's just small, minute things about the contest itself, the venue itself,
Dude.
the promoter that day. Something could fucking change last minute.
Absolutely, 100%.
I mean, shit, you've gone to a competition where every single one of the events that you trained for was
absolutely.
not.
even on the list.
Yeah.
They're just like, actually, we didn't have any of that, so we're just gonna scratch all of it.
Remix.
Yeah, and I mean, I only had that happen one time, but yeah, I mean, it's super true. Like, you got to look out for you.
Yeah.
Like, just because it's on that fucking thing does not mean, and I'm sure preaching to the choir to the people that have competed in many shows, like, nothing is ever what it exactly seems to be on paper.
No.
You know, the weights, the order, the venue, whatever it may be, you know what I mean? So
Everything could be lined out perfectly, but something could go wrong. Something could not be exactly what it looked like
dude,
on video.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like there could be a world of different shit going on.
absolutely.
And like I said, you won't know until you pick up that weight. And by that
Dude,
time,
you're
it's
fucked.
too fucking
It's too
late.
fucking late. Exactly. Or you like watch the competitors go and you're like, fuck.
You watch the novice guys and then you're like,
You're like, oh fuck, I'm fucked.
oh, fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So and that's how I learned. Like, and that's again what we've always said. Strongman is one of those games of like you got to compete to learn these things, and you're not going to think them. You're going to overlook it. It's not important. And it's like, well, it is important. It really is that important, especially if you're really fighting for points and like podiums and so forth like that. So
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the biggest thing that I always say with the bags is overpacking for success.
Absolutely.
But also having everything in the bag to where you still have like the loose room,
Absolutely.
because if your stuff doesn't land in your bag like we were talking about, if it doesn't land in your bag after the event, there's a good chance it's going to grow legs and walk away.
Absolutely. It will. It will just go away. So
And when your bag is so fucking tightly stuffed that you really can't put shit back in there until the end of the day because you don't want to go digging through all of
And
it.
then it's just overflowed and it just
Yeah.
lays around. And absolutely, I do 100% agree.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't feel like digging that out. I'm just going to lay it on this chair. And it's like, well, that could be gone. You know what I mean?
Well, see you later.
Yeah, you could go warm up, come back, and people are sitting in your chair, and like the fucking belt or whatever's gone.
So yeah, shout out to our sponsor Cerberus.
Yep.
Make sure that you guys, if you do want the bag, yeah, just go under accessories, gym bags. They got a list there. They got quite a few. Everything from a fucking fanny pack to a literal suitcase.
Yeah, the thing is sick as fuck.
So sick.
Dude, it's only $200. Get 10%.
You got that layaway.
Dude, they got that layaway, dog. Get that shit. Okay, you don't gotta pay it all right now. So fuck, get yourself a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
So, and then outside of the, your gear, so basically it would just be like a mental preparation of just like really, I mean, think from head to toe what is going to happen in every event, and it's pretty simple from there.
Yeah, I mean, when you get into like shoulder pressing,
exactly,
you know that you're gonna want a belt.
Right.
You're gonna want sleeves. You're gonna want wrist wraps.
Yep.
Simple shit.
You need chalk. You need to grab the bar. You know, put a mouth guard in when you're doing it. Oh shit, it's a max lift or whatever. Oh, I need my salts. I need this. You know, whatever. Just mentally focus on every event and the possibilities of what could happen, and then you can go from there.
Right.
And then outside of that, I would say then it just gets down to your fueling. Like, and that's a big one. I feel like some people don't really.
You know, it's funny. I didn't even think about any of that. I was like, what else are we going to talk about?
Oh, yeah, no. My number, that's a huge one that got me, again, from learning from events. You can't, just because some venues do, they provide some kind of food, what we talked about in the beginning, may not be food that you're used to when you're lifting. Don't change shit up on the day of game day. Do what you've been doing. You know, a lot of people do that.
If you have been doing it for
fucking,
months and months and months,
yeah,
don't change what you're doing on.
I don't understand that, and I've heard that a lot from people. You know, they're just like, "Oh, my refeed, I fucking ate a bunch of pizza or I ate a bunch of cheesecake so I could be fucking super strong." It's like, do you normally eat a bunch of fucking cheesecake? Do you normally eat a bunch of fucking this?
And it's funny that you say that because Nationals 2022. That's what I did.
Yeah, no, you fucking with gob hob at that fucking Golden Corral.
I know. I had like 4 plates.
It's like, I understand you're starving and you could eat anything. It's like, but do you normally put those things in your fucking stomach? No.
No.
And at that capacity, no.
Yeah, that was definitely a lesson learned.
Absolutely. And it happens, and that's true. And, I've done the same exact thing. Like, fucking prepping for a sick deadlift and like a pound of shit. I've done the cheesecake thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I need that sugar. I need that insulin and everything. And then, dude, I can't even get through warm-ups without shit in my fucking pants.
Now, I do understand to a certain degree. My biggest thing on refeeds is coffee cake.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't eat a whole fucking coffee cake.
Right, yeah.
But coffee cake is great because it is so caloric dense.
Absolutely.
And there is so much shit packed into it that I can snack on that throughout the day and I can get exactly what I need back into my system.
Absolutely.
Like, I know that it's super high on carbs. Yep. It's super high on sugars.
Right.
So if I'm just like snacking on that, cool. But I'm not going to sit down and just eat that whole fucking coffee cake in one thing.
Go crazy, right?
Yeah.
So just like, be smart about it. And then fuel is the biggest thing. Like me personally, I'm one too. I know you're not hungry, but you're going to feel it when you're in the middle of a lift. I look at it that way as like you get through an event, like you need a little bit of recharge. And again, listing the events of what your competition is entailed is important, whether it's cardio, max, whatever. So then you go by that standard. I understand that you may not normally eat it's kind of a contradiction, but like I understand that sometimes you don't, like on a normal lift, you don't maybe not be eating in between your lifts and stuff, but on a game day it's totally different. You're not also sitting for X amount of time and then trying to get yourself built up, and you know what I mean. So my biggest thing is my fueling, like my food, quick snack, something that's easy on the stomach. You're hydrating.
Something that can digest while you're pushing your body.
And that can process within, and I can get the benefits with it in 30, 40 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. So me personally, I'm just huge with that. Fruits, peanut butter jellies, you can never fucking go wrong with those.
Bro, Uncrustables are fucking game
They
changer.
literally are.
Like
Crustables
if
and-
you're not buying a box of Uncrustables
Yep.
for game day,
Yeah,
you're fucking up.
I'm telling you.
It's
It's facts. It's fucking facts.
get you a purple and get you a red
Yep.
box.
A box of
and fucking put them in your cooler because that I swear to God. Because I hate fucking eating during comps.
And most people don't like, and
I
like,
hate doing it because I feel fucking sick.
Yep.
However, I will eat one Uncrustable almost after every single event.
Absolutely.
Fucking take some water,
Yep.
maybe a little magnesium if I'm feeling a little
Yep.
dehydrated from a
Yep.
big water cut.
Yep.
But Uncrustables, I cannot fucking preach
They're
those hard
amazing.
enough.
They are literally amazing. I 100% agree. Peanut butter jelly, Uncrustable. Cannot go wrong.
Plus, you don't have to make the fucking food.
No, you don't buy it. You fucking buy it out of the box and throw it
Yeah.
in your fucking cooler and just
Yeah.
eat it, and you're done.
Yep.
Simple things. Me personally, I always go with bananas with that potassium, especially after cardio events and shit like that. When your legs are shaking and
Yep.
everything like that.
Get that potassium
You
in
need
there.
that immediately. Keep you from cramping. And you can go from shaky fucking legs to just ready to go.
Yeah.
Some kind of sodium and, like you said, magnesium and stuff like that. Just keep the body running, very hydrated. Should be almost puffy in the face a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, sodium is a big thing. I always tell people if after a refeed and whatnot, or not after a refeed, after a water cut, salt packets.
Dude, salt packets in a Gatorade.
In the military, they fucking preach the salt packets because, you get the salt packets in all of the MREs. So what they said is like, make sure that you use that salt packet. Doesn't matter where the fuck you put it.
Right.
If you're gonna put it on something, if you're just gonna fucking take it as a
Whatever,
shot,
just put it in you.
do a salt packet with whatever canteen you're drinking out of.
Absolutely.
Because that salt is going to sink into your system, not overdoing it, obviously, to where it fucking pulls the moisture out of you, but enough to where it sinks into, into your body, and then your body is going to pull the water into that sodium.
Yep, absolutely. And that's the biggest thing. So yeah, and do like a clean source. So that'd be a big, because the misconception I've seen before actually was from Zach at a Scottish one. He didn't understand that part of it, and he's like, "Well, it's salt," and he's sitting there snacking on fucking salt and vinegar chips, and I was like. Bro. Yeah, we got through an event.
Yeah, but
and
the
he's-
oil that's still in
I
the
was
potato
like,
chips.
What the fuck are you eating? He's like, well, I need to contain salt. I was like, that's not the right kind of salt, Zach. I was like,
Let's see what the sodium
oh my
is
God,
in
bro.
Lay's salt and
Yeah,
vinegar.
he was literally snacking on fucking Lay's salt and vinegar chips. I was like, bro. I was like, you cannot eat that. I was like, that's not what you're supposed to eat. Your peanut butter jellies, your fucking salt, your magnesium, those like a good nutrients like that. You could get a powder, from any of your substance places, with a good beta alanine, any of those kinds of things. That's just going to keep your body very hydrated.
Okay, they're not as bad, but it's still in 17 chips. There's still 220 milligrams of sodium in there.
And it's weird, like don't get me wrong. I'm
the
a fucking
fat content is nuts.
And I mean, and it's just different. Like, I don't know if it's, like anything, it's the quality, right, over quantity. Because I love chips. I'm a fat kid, dude. I fucking love chips. I eat chips every day.
Bro.
I literally do. I'm one of those dudes that, like, literally 95% of my food that I ingest is boiled chicken, rice, or potatoes. And I have no problem doing that, eating that shit every day, fucking however many times a day, as long as I got me a little pile of chips.
Yeah.
That's how I roll. And I'm fine with that. But I don't get like
That's like Seth Feroci with his pretzels.
same
You
thing.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
he doesn't mind the chicken and rice cold
Yep.
in a fucking bag.
No,
Doesn't
don't
matter.
care.
But he's going to take a little handful of
I'm that
fucking
way.
pretzels.
I literally do that. My chicken and rice is boiled like fucking shit, and then I just like sprinkle some chips on there, and I'm like, I'm good.
I'm good.
Or I can eat it and then take a couple chips. I'm good. But that's more of a pleasurable thing. But I don't get like any kind of significant, like, I'm not gonna like gear up for a fucking lift and eat a bunch of chips and stuff.
No.
Compared to when I don't remember the brand. I actually got them at OSG, and Brandon gave us some and said, it was funny. It was the same exact brand. It's a sodium packet. and you throw it in your water, and it's like 1,200 milligrams of fucking sodium and like 220 or 250. I actually have some in my lunchbox I keep with me. It's what I gave Brooke at her competition, and I dumped it in her Gatorade.
Oh yeah.
With some magnesium and shit. And dude, those honestly make you feel amazing. Like, it's not like you take it and like, oh my God, I'm so ready for the next event. Excuse me. It's more of like,
Is it Element?
yeah, Element right there. Those things are fucking amazing, bro.
Yeah. I've heard big stuff about Element.
These are, I have those in my lunchbox right now. Those are fucking great.
1,000 milligrams of sodium.
they're great.
And 200 of potassium.
Yeah, they are fucking great.
She,
Love those.
what flavor did you give her?
I gave her a plain because all I had was
Because she put it in there and she was like, that tasted like something that comes out of men.
yeah, she's like, I can't even drink this. And I was like, I don't care, fucking drink it. It isn't the first time.
We have a baby for a reason.
Exactly. So, but no, honestly, it was like all I had because it was like my leftovers, and I keep them in my lunchbox because, like, fuck, I don't care. I'm that type of like, if it's gonna make my body feel better, I'll choke it down. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck.
Dude, I'm the same way. Brooks still looks at me sideways because I eat cold food.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm
Carly's
like, it's gonna take too fucking long to put it in the microwave.
Dude,
I'm hungry now. I want it now.
Absolutely. I will choke it down because I know how it's gonna make me feel.
Especially when I was at work.
Yeah.
Like, the last thing that I wanted to do was fucking go to a microwave.
Dude, right.
Like, no, dude.
Leave
I've
the
got my
job
lunch.
site,
Like,
go
I
over
literally
here,
just want to fucking
right,
put it
just-
down real quick, and I'm good.
Yeah, right. Shovel it, and I'm done, dude. And I feel good. So those are the same. I had regular, or I had like, they got some weird fucking ones though. They have like chili, fucking lime, and habanero, fucking some. Like,
What?
I mean, literally, like they're in my lunchbox right now. Still, they still sit there. Like the weirdest flavors that I was like, yeah, that would probably
Mango chili steak marinade.
Yeah, that's what they got. Some weird fucking flavors, but the basic ones,
Mango
like
chili guacamole.
like
Ooh,
yeah,
dude.
and I got a bunch of the different ones. So like the basic, like fucking cherry limeade or the strawberry watermelon, the orange, like those are bomb. Like it's
Ooh,
just
grapefruit gummies. That sounds
Yeah.
good. Chocolate caramel oatmeal.
Oh, the chocolate one. Oh my God. Me and Zach did that when we were out in Texas, and all he had was the chocolate one. He's like, do you think this would taste weird? And he had like a fucking blue Gatorade, and I was like, I don't know, try it. And because we were just loading.
Yeah,
sodium, right after our water cut, and he fucking dumped that in. All of a sudden, I just hear like. And I was like,
This is not sweet going with salty.
I was like, I don't care. Fucking put it down. Yeah, but they
But this fucking these are the hot ones. You got like peppermint mocha, stay salty
like,
coffee.
Yeah, and I mean, you can order. These were free in the swag bag, right? Like as soon as you got your weigh in, you got your T-shirt, you got a whole packet of these, like a box of these, and so we fired them down, all the good ones, and then even through all my comp, especially through the refeed, I had quite a few of them. But then even on the day of the comp, I woke up, smashed one of those with the Gatorade, and then throughout the day, had a couple of them. Just because the biggest thing is, like, yes, you don't feel like eating, but your body needs it, and what you're about to ask it to do here in a few moments, it's going to fucking need it, and you're going to wish you had it when you're in the middle of that, that medley, and you have no fucking energy left, or you're in the middle pulling a deadlift, and you wish you had that 0.5% in you to, because it broke at the knee, whatever. Those are when the food counts, and that's when the supplements count. So those are a huge one to keep intact and really think about. And I actually noticed it when we were at that competition, how many people were walking past the food, and like you almost have to force people to eat. And they're like, no, I'm not hungry. It's like, I understand you're not hungry. I don't fucking care that you're not hungry. It's like, but you're gonna need it, bro. I'm telling you this. The only way you're going to be sufficiently go all the way into that fifth event still having some grit in you and still some energy is through that.
The thing is, though, which I want everybody to know, if you go in and you eat a lot and then you have to do some type of medley event,
Oh, you're fucked.
you're fucked.
You're fucked.
The first ever competition that I did, the very first, they had, I can't remember what fucking supplement company it was, but they had a bunch of their their products to sample. This girl, she was a novice, goes out there and she's trying all these fucking protein bars, protein drinks,
Just everything.
everything.
Oh,
We did, you carry 2 kegs, put them in a sled, and then you drug it back.
Okay.
She got through 2 kegs, walked over to the fucking sidewalk, and started puking.
Yeah.
And did not stop puking. She was like, I feel terrible. Like, I don't feel good. I'm like, yeah, you just put so much shit.
Dude,
like,
right.
you fucked yourself.
Absolutely.
Bad.
And that's just it. I mean, it's knowing it sensibly, right? Like what your body is going through. You got to feel it, but smart, you know? I would say, yeah, the peanut butter jellies, the fucking, a lot of people really like snacking. Like, I don't get on that train, and I understand it for the insulin with the sugars and shit. I go with fruit because it's such a good complex carb, and it'll break down slowly, and you'll get the energy from it. So me personally, I go with fruit. You can slam bang fucking all kinds of dry fruit. Like those are great for game day. Get those little like, you know, dried mangoes and fucking apple chips and
Dude,
bananas, whatever.
Dehydrated fruit
Thank you.
or freeze-dried fruit.
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you. That's what I meant. Those are the best. Or you can get real fruit, right? Bananas, apples, oranges, whatever. You know, get you a variety and eat on those because it's easy on the stomach and you'll get the energy from. But people that like are always snacking on like Sour Patch Kids and fucking gummies, and me personally, I don't eat a lot. I don't eat sugar, like you know, like on a normal basis. So those kinds of things fuck my stomach up, and I already know that. So it's like someone were to offer to me, and I have been in the point where like, fuck, I ain't got no more stuff, and I need a little energy. Sure, I'll take a couple of them, but I'm not sitting there taking like down handfuls of them. You know what I mean? Because I already know what it's gonna do to my stomach if I start downing a shit ton of Jelly Bellies or fucking whatever. You know.
Well, and that's so my main thing with competition day is I love fucking gummy bears.
Okay.
I'm huge on gummy bears. Like if you fucking set down a bag of Haribo gummy bears, I will straight fuck up that entire bag.
Right,
That's the one thing that I cannot control myself on.
Yeah.
Oh,
no
dude, I will
control.
fuck them up.
Okay.
However, I'll put them in my bag, my competition bag. I'll put them in there, and I'll have like 3 or 4 after every event.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
just like
a little bit. Yeah.
It wets my mouth a little bit.
Exactly.
Makes me want a little bit of water. It makes me want to eat a little bit more.
There you go.
You
Right.
know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But like I said, I'm not, competition wise, I am not pounding down handfuls
half
of
a bags.
fucking,
Like I'd say 6 bags, 1 bag per event. It's like no. So, yeah. So I would get. Those are your biggest things, you know what I mean? And then, of course, then we can get down into the nitty-gritties of, 1, if you're doing a local show, I don't care if they tell you they have seating, bring lawn chairs. Like, bring chairs.
camping chairs.
Bring camping chairs. Me, personally, I upped up my game. Best investment. I bought one of those, like, breakable fucking wagons.
Yep.
Love my wagon. I can fucking stick everything in that fucking thing and just wheel my wagon around. Like, you know, put your chairs in there, put your fucking cooler in there, put your game bag in there, and just wheel it around. Sometimes you need a breakout table, you know, look at the event. Sometimes you need a little pop-up gazebo, a little fucking tent.
So that is the other thing that I just sent them a request for.
Who is that?
Element.
Oh, the fucking salt packs?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
See if they want to be a part.
Oh,
of
they
what
probably
we got
would. They
coming
probably
up.
would. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good, yeah. I didn't even think about that until
Yeah.
we just started talking about it. Yeah, that was part of the swag bag. They probably would. They're great. I love that fucking company. I love those packets.
What was I gonna say?
You're talking about like pop-up tents and
Oh yeah. So if you know that it's going to be outside, fucking rain, sleet, snow,
dude.
fucking hot weather, everything.
Yeah.
If you've got it, bring it.
Dude.
Those canopies are
Lifesaver.
literally a lifesaver, no
Lifesaver.
matter what.
No matter.
I mean, every time we've ever gone to a competition, we've always had one.
Always.
From the very first annual strength games
Yeah.
that they had at
Dude.
Fit. We brought the pop-up. We wrapped it in a tarp,
And then we brought propane heater.
a propane heater, and everybody else was freezing their fucking
Freezing
ass
their
off because it was
dicks off.
right after COVID. So we all weren't allowed in
the gym at the same time.
Yep.
They're only allowed in competitors when they came to compete. So everybody had to sit outside. It was in December. Yeah. Fucking snow, sleet. Everybody else is just hanging out under their canopies. And like, yeah, we had a tarp. We backed your truck up in there.
Yep.
And then, yeah, we were smoking out. Like, we were like bitching because it's sweating.
Yeah. Oh, we were too, because we were like,
It's
fuck, man, it's hot.
so
And then
fucking-
I've got to go walk through the cold. I'm going to freeze
And
until
that
I get
was-
to the gym.
You literally went from like burning hot to freezing to like in the gym.
Yep.
But like, fuck it, we got through it and it was great. And so, yeah, I mean, it's really just breaking it down and like, so, but then when obviously you're fucking flying, you're not going to bring all that stuff. So then what you need to do is that you need to still do the same exact thing. But then you just need a regimen of like, okay, this is going to be kind of a wash. And I've had to do it. Fucking, you go find your local Walmart, find your local Target, whatever the fuck it is. Go buy those few things, use it for the game day. And then like, you're not going to carry it back on the flight. So it is what it is. Like fucking.
I mean, you can more or less use it as a rental, right?
Exactly.
Buy it, use it, put it back in the original package,
And
return it.
Absolutely. If you don't fuck it up, return that shit.
Yeah.
So, absolutely.
Otherwise, it's going in the trash anyways because
Yeah.
it's fucked up.
Absolutely. Yeah, we donated a scale to our last hotel because we needed a scale in our room, so we could do that. And
Yeah, because
then,
you guys were doing the water cuts.
we were doing the water cuts, and so we could keep an eye on that. And we ended up like we were too lazy to go back, so we just donated it. But yeah, you're exactly right. You can just keep the box and fucking whatever, and then return it.
Yeah.
No big deal. Like, you know what I mean? You guys buy a couple of camping chairs, as long as you don't fuck them up, return the motherfuckers.
They go
Like,
right back into the bag
right
that
in
you
the bag.
purchased them in.
And then go return it, dude. Get your
And
money
you're
back.
done.
You're done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you guys got to be comfortable on your day. Be as comfortable in an uncomfortable situation as possible.
Yeah.
That's your biggest fucking thing. And then on top of that, then your seating and all that shit. And then
There is one thing that I wanted to talk about. Drinks.
drinks. Yes. Yeah.
You're crazy on comp days.
Yeah.
You have what, fucking 3 reigns?
Yeah, usually. But I also don't break into like I don't take a lot of supplements like pre-workouts and shit. You know what I mean? So
Right,
that's
no,
kind
but
of-
I'm just saying like that's a fuckload of caffeine. That's
is,
almost
yeah.
1,000 milligrams
it
of
is,
caffeine.
but it's plant-based.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I had to throw that in.
I thought there was a booing one, but
know.
instead there's just fucking.
I mean, it's true though. I'm sorry. And tell me if I'm wrong on the comments. Please leave me a comment on this and tell me if you agree with me, because I am somebody that like I can't drink coffee. My ADHD, like just the way things hit me, is a little different than most. Coffee either does absolutely nothing or puts me to sleep. So I can't drink coffee. So I've always sustained on energy drinks my whole life. And I've gone from, full sugar, fucking rock stars, Red Bull, blah, 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 all the way into, where I drink Reigns now. Reigns do not give me this same, like I could drink full flavored rock stars back in the day and stuff, and like I know when I hit my limit, it's like, whoa, way too much caffeine. I get shaky and sick.
Yeah.
And whatever. And I still can if I'm not eating enough with Reign. But if I'm just eating my normalness, I don't get that big like boost up and then like a big drop, like
A super high and then a crash.
Exactly. Like, oh, I'm gonna chug this whole fucking thing so I can get super like blah, and then like I'm gonna crash. No, like rains don't really do that to me. Like I feel like it's super just like I'm level and like if I need to like need a little more energy, but it's not like it raises me up. I'm just kind of like, okay, I have a little bit more energy than I have.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing. But yeah,
So
but on
then-
comp day, yeah, I could easily go through like 3 in a day in a comp.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would tell people then for sure bring at least at minimum 1 gallon of water.
And what? Yes, and to flush that. I mean, you guys.
No matter what, 1 gallon
No
of water.
matter what.
Normally I try not to have an energy drink because let me preface this. I will if I didn't have to cut so much. Like if I had to
Yeah.
cut more than 10 pounds,
Right.
I'm not drinking a fucking energy
Yeah,
drink. If I cut less than 10 pounds, shit,
Whatever.
I basically just didn't eat.
Yeah. Right.
I'll be able to get it off, or I'll
Absolutely.
be able to be just fine. That was another thing that I think fucked me up at nationals was I had C4 sponsored nationals. I had one of those.
Skittle fucking ones. Yes.
Yep,
Yeah,
I had one of those
Yep.
before the
and I didn't
competition.
see and I didn't drink it because they sponsored it. So there's coolers of them, but that threw me on there. I was like, I know what C4 is. It's like a pre-workout, and I was like, I don't take. And I'm super sensitive with pre-workouts.
I take pre-workout when I know I'm gonna get in there and do like a bodybuilding routine.
Right, and even then, like me personally, I have to hit the right. I have to do non-stem pre-workouts.
Oh, I'm taking 5150.
Yeah, and that's
I
what
want meth.
Yeah, and right, and I'm at that point of where like sometimes I wish I had something like that because the rains just don't quite do it, and that's what I was saying is like for me personally, I could have 2 of them, crack my third one, go through a whole session, fucking chug a third one, and I feel pretty much the same. I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking tired.
Yeah, rain is actually full of real good shit.
Yeah,
it's
and,
not.
Yeah, where I've in the recent or like what was fucking Redcon's the war or whatever.
Total War.
Total War. I could take a couple scoops of that shit or a scoop and like I get because my problem is that like I may get that but then I get shaky. You know what I mean? And I don't do well with the shaky energy because then I feel like I can't like my brain is so much is going on with my brain I can't connect with my body. So for me like it's just finding a pre-workout I would love to have to get that kick in the fucking ass like wake the fuck up, let's go. But it's finding it. The only other brand I ever actually did find, and I think I haven't been on it in a minute, but now that we're gearing up for game day, see, we're a month out right now, and I'm processing. We were actually talking about before this too, things that we're gonna need for the comp, things I need to have in my bag, things I need to start taking, so that we're ready. I was actually gonna get on Accent Sledge's new fucking line of
Hydraulic.
because I have taken that and I love their fucking
they're hydraulic too.
Yeah, their supplements are fucking clean and they affect me very well. So like I really enjoy Accent Sledge's shit. So I might get on some of that.
I think I'm actually going to go back to First Form for all of my shit.
And I love First Form because the brand like at our gym there's
Bree is she's an athlete.
Is she an
for
athlete
First
through
Form.
them?
Yeah, she's an athlete, an ambassador, and a trainer.
Yeah.
That's why they're always out in St. Louis at First Form.
Okay. Oh, that's right. They just came back from First Form.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, I take their fucking yes. First Form is good shit.
Real quick, I wanted to bring this up.
Oh my God!
Look
at
how
that.
many sugars are in
Dude.
a natural or the original Rockstar.
Look at that. Total sugars 33 includes 63 added sugars, 127% sugar.
Of your daily intake.
Yeah. Fuck normal rock stars because I'm not even kidding you. I used to put down like same way before I was a lifter. When I was back in the day when I was a bro, I drank the red ones,
The fruit punch.
the fruit punch.
Yep.
I drank probably 3 or 4 of those a day, and when I was 28, I don't give a fuck. I know what happened to me. It was a mini heart attack. And it came out of nowhere because I drank so much of those.
122.
Dude, I would drink those like no
61
water.
fucking
and
grams
I'll
of sugar.
Never forget that night. I will never forget that night because it was back in the day when I was like a dad and shit and a stepdad, and it was supposed to be no kid night, and it got ruined because I got fucking Like I'm not even shitting, a fucking heart attack.
Bro, I wouldn't doubt it. There's so many kids that are drinking like 5 or 6 of these a day.
Yeah, dude.
I've only ever done 3 a day.
Yeah.
Like 3 a day was always like my limit.
Right.
If I didn't eat, didn't drink water,
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
Because after 1, I would fucking scream up with energy. And then all of
You
a
just
sudden,
crash,
bro, I'd feel like dog
Death.
shit.
Like, yeah, it's like you just fucking, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's exactly, and then so you raise it back up and then you come back down, raise it back up. And yeah, it was a normal like Friday night and like did that all day. Came back for the gym. So like not too long ago, I just had another one to spike myself up, came back down. It was home time, chilling. Came out of the couch. And it was one of those ones that I was so thankful like nothing happened, because if it would have, it would have been so embarrassing at the time.
Oh, yeah, for
you know
sure.
what I mean? Fucking shower, get out of the shower. Just like, fuck it. No kids, like chilling.
Yeah.
Naked on the couch. And I swear to God, and that's also why we always preach like getting your stuff checked and shit like that. And after that, I had some problems like that afterwards, but literally sitting on the couch waiting for the other. And I literally went from sitting there feeling just fine, and I'm not even shitting you, the worst ungodly imaginable pain in my chest happened, where I went from sitting in a recliner to face on the floor, like squeezing my face as hard as I could into the floor because I was in so much fucking pain in my chest. And oh my God, it was so terrible. And then after that, slowly after that, for weeks, I kept getting woken up in the middle of the night because my heart was fucking racing so mad, like heart palpitations or whatever. Oh my God. And then after that, that's when I had to switch over to
there's a reason
sugar.
why
They're fucking, dude.
there's a reason why people are supposed to be 18 or older when drinking
it's
these.
not a joke. That shit is no fucking joke.
You know what energy drink I remember? Spiked.
Oh my God, dude. That shit.
Spiked was fucking nuts. I'd
It's
have
just-
one of those and
Bro.
be fucked.
Yeah, I mean, it's like cracking a can, dude. It's fucking so bad. Shit, sometimes I almost think crack's healthier. Like, you don't get the like, you know what I mean? Some of this
Oh, they
shit.
changed up their logo.
Oh, yeah, they did. Look at that thing. Fuck.
Spike Energy.
Drink, oh my God.
Hardcore Energy. 350 milligrams. Back in the day.
Does
This,
it have fucking beta alanine in them?
yeah,
Oh, shit.
I think they changed up
I was
their,
gonna say, kind of surprised. Like, that's not good. Like, beta alanine's like a really good product to have in you. before
I
you
think
live.
they changed up their.
They had. I think they went with like everybody else. You know, it's like more of a muscle builder.
It's more of like a fitness.
It's a fitness.
instead
It's good
of-
for you. Yeah, instead of just like getting you through your life. No, that's actually
But I remember the original Spike energy drink. If you had 2 of those in one day,
Oh, you
there
did.
was a good chance that you were gonna die.
Yeah, you're not gonna
And
make it.
I always remember the fucking legends of the people that would have like 3 and they would actually like they died.
Yeah, they literally, you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the original fucking
yeah.
shit. It was just fucking nuts. Yeah, like they've got tyrosine in there, beta alanine. Do not exceed 2 cans daily.
Wow. Well, they got a shit ton of B12 in there too. On top of that caffeine. Fuck.
Oh my god, 100 or fucking 1,000?
Yeah. So I mean, they got a lot.
That's
going.
41,000% of your daily intake.
Yeah, dude, they fucking jack you with that shit.
Bro.
Yeah.
No wonder why your fucking piss is neon green.
Yeah, literally.
I never fucking put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
God.
It's not saying how much sugar's in
I was
here,
gonna
though.
say there's no. I didn't see a sugar calculator on there, but yeah, I mean, so those are the big things. Like, don't be taking that kind of shit. Like, you know, stick to your pre-workouts or whatever. And if you don't take pre-workout, then get it off the food. You know what I mean?
If you're not taking pre-workout during your training sessions, do not take
Then
it
don't do it
day
again.
of the competition. Whatever you're doing in fucking training, don't fucking change it.
Seriously. I mean,
That's the biggest thing that I always fucking tell people.
dude, people always, I don't know what it is about people. They do that too. Like, it's pretty common. Like, or even like simple as like, even with lifts and shit. They're like, oh, I always do it this way, but I think I'm going to try it this way. It's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck are you talking
Literally
about?
like day of. I normally push press overhead, but I think I'm going to try split jerking today.
Seriously, though.
Bitch, what?
Yeah, I mean, it's serious.
Why? No, that's something
Yeah.
you do at the beginning of a training cycle to see if you even like it.
Exactly, dude. But people do that shit.
Yeah,
I
wild
don't
to me.
understand it.
Wild to me.
So yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is don't matter. World's strongest man to the fucking first competition. Make it just like home. Just like as comfortable as possible. You're in your element. Do your thing.
Yeah.
So, and then after that, so we've gotten into food. We've gotten into the bag. Gotten into your, your camp area.
Yo, drank.
You drank, your water, your pre-workouts, your, everything. Gatorades are good. If you want a little extra sugar, drink some Gatorades, like full flavor Gatorades.
Yeah.
Those are plenty. And then after that, I would say, like, as in like do's and don'ts, I think another misconception I see with a lot of new people is over-warming up.
Yes.
Like, it's like, bro, we're not having a full-blown fucking...
I literally, so this last week's competition was Octane Overload here in Commerce City. I saw a lot of newbies going up and practicing on the Viking press.
Did for like an hour, like...
They would go over there and they would do a plate and then another plate and then another plate, and they would almost like max out.
They'd go to failure, max out.
And it's like, why are you doing
I
that?
know. That's what I mean.
Like, literally just get a miniature pump.
Dude, that's all you need. If
You're
not
good.
even- that's it. Just get a little bit of blood in the shoulders and the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Get released to it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a huge one. I've seen that since... I see it every single comp.
Yeah.
Every single comp I go to, I see people over there like, it's like, why are you warming up so fucking much, dude? And I've done it. I made that mistake on my second comp, I think. Second or third comp, I did that. And I was exhausted by...
I did it on my second comp.
Yeah, and I did it on my first, and I think I stopped after my second comp. I was exhausted by the time it was even my fucking turn. Like, you know what I mean? You're
Before Iron Titan was... before Iron Warrior was Iron Titan, it was Iron Warrior, and they had competition. It was the Iron Rumble or whatever. This was back before I could even press like a 220-pound log. I went up and warmed up all the way up to like 200.
Yeah.
And then when the log came around, it was a 220 log. I
Just gassed.
just blew everything
yeah,
out.
you just gassed.
I spent all my money.
You're like,
on it.
warm-ups feel so good, bro.
Yeah, that's how the competition should have felt, not the fucking warm up.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll never forget it on my first comp, that the yoke. Because that was like the most worry that I had. I had like a 600-pound yoke. I was freaking out. And I remember in warm-up, I did like, empty yoke. And I'm not even shitting you. I think I did 7-8 runs, sprinted every run, like 50-pound jumps. Like,
Well, you get into that zone of like, oh, I'm gonna fuck shit
dude,
up.
and I was salting between every single one,
Oh
just
my
like
God.
fucking ready to go. Like, and it was 600, and I mean, started at whatever the yoke was, and like 50 pound,
Probably
pound.
like 250.
Yeah, whatever, right? 300, 350, 450, 550. And I'll never forget it. I did that last 50, the 550, and I was like, yeah, that felt pretty good. And then they're like, all right, Mike, you're up next. I'm literally just finished the run and like was coming back around, and they're like, you're up next. And I was so fucking gassed. It wouldn't have mattered even if unless I had like 20, 30 minutes. But other than that, like I was gassed.
Yeah.
Fucking gassed. Fucked the whole thing up. And then same thing. As soon as it was over, started on the medley. Started doing log, doing it all the way to max, and I failed in the warm-ups, and then go out there and it was like, what the fuck?
It's so funny because my warm ups now consist of
Oh, dude.
what did last event? Okay. So my hamstrings are already pretty fucking warmed up.
Exactly. Yep.
Let's just go over there. We'll do a few reps at something light.
Yep.
Get the feeling in, make sure I know exactly what my cues are going to be. I'm not warming up much.
And that's exactly, and that's also a good point to bring in your bag and to bring with you is if you're not warming up with like a bands, I suggest you should and bring bands with you.
Yeah.
And like I would get yourself used to warming up. Period. Like I'm going to say it. Period. Even if in the gym you have all the things. Get yourself used to warming up with a band because there's a lot of competitions where they have shit times for warm-ups and you don't get warm-ups. So it's more
Or you get warm-ups, but you don't get weight.
that's true. Right. You get warm-ups, exactly, but no weight. So
Like Nationals is a really good key of that.
Yeah.
They already have 7-8 lanes open. Mm-hmm. It's going to be really hard for them to get more equipment for just warming up.
Everybody warming up.
There's a chance you could not have. Any
That's true.
equipment
I mean,
to warm
that
up
is
with.
very true. I think before we did the press medley, because we did a fucking 200 bag, 225 keg, 225 sandbag overhead.
It was 225 keg, 200 bag, 250.
Whatever it
Keg?
was. It was a sandbag. It was like 200, 225, 250 or something
Oh,
like that.
yeah,
something
I
like
was
that.
for some reason.
But in
I
the
was
back, I distinctly remember we were only able to warm up to like a 175.
thinking, yeah,
It's like, bro, you want me to press this? Like, what the fuck?
yeah,
No keg to warm up with, no nothing. Like, here's a couple sandbags, like use those and like get yourself figured out.
yeah.
And and so this is those kind of things where like in training, you need to if you're not doing like some kind of like pre-comp day, like simulating how a comp may run to where like you may go in the gym and it's like, yeah, I may do 7-8 warm-ups. Well, you may not get a chance to do 7-8 warm-ups,
No.
dude. So you need to do like get yourself and your body and your nervous system used to like kind of just warming up on some bands and like, yeah, maybe you got a deadlift, say, and it's at 500. Like you may only get to warm up to like 315, dude.
I always
and,
tell
like, get yourself ready.
I always tell new people if you're going to be doing a competition, do a like 70% competition weight comp day.
Absolutely, you got to.
You know what I mean? Like if you've got to go to another gym to go do it, make sure that you get it done because that's going to kind of show to you in a shorter amount of time
what
you're going to need.
Exactly. It's very true. I still do it to this day.
Yeah.
When I go do like a comp day kind of a thing, it's like I warm up just like I would in comps. Luckily, yes, I have the
Implements?
the implements,
Ability?
but the keep shouting words. The experience. That's the word I was looking for. The experience.
That was my next one.
I knew it was.
Yeah.
The experience to kind of like, have an idea of what like a shitty setup is and a bad setup. But I always kind of just figured like anytime I do comp days, like I don't get a lot of warm up. So it's like, got to be quick. You kind of got to just get yourself ready and then boom, like comp weight, let's go.
Yeah.
So you can get yourself ready. But most of the time it's through warm ups and bands. And like you got to just get the body, get some blood flow running into those areas, and then hit it and see what you can do. Should have done other comps where you get not one motherfucking warm up. They expect you to get warm from your last event to run into the next event.
And like here's the deal: is some events are like that.
They are like they're just like, yo man, like you don't need to warm up.
Like I did Sunday paper. This is a
Sunday
great
paper
one
was-
of it.
yep.
I did deadlifts and then a sandbag
Yeah,
medley.
you didn't touch a sandbag.
I didn't fucking touch shit.
No,
I literally went over and waited for my name to get called.
Exactly.
And then as soon as my name got called, I was ready to go
You're
because
ready to go.
those deadlifts alone, literally you're picking up
Dude,
shit
you're
from
picking
the
up
ground.
everything.
It's the same
Absolutely,
fucking thing. So
Only certain things do you need to like go test a little weight on it. You know what I mean? Like maybe like a yoke. Get a little bit on there just so your spine can fucking feel it. But like, you can't do a sandbag carry.
well, and like I said, most of the times, like with implements and shit like that, it's
Yeah.
nice to be able to pick it up, feel it, go. Yep.
Exactly.
That's how this feels.
And that's exactly it. It's just getting your body ready to like, it may not necessarily be, because if you peaked correctly anyway, like your strength is there. It's just kind of getting some blood in the joints and like getting yourself ready. And even at that last OSG that we did, we had like 180 for my class was 180 for reps. But in the back, they had a circus dumbbell, but the heaviest it went was 145.
Yeah.
So it's like, I got to go press fucking 40 pounds heavier than that here in a minute.
Yep.
For reps. But just doing it. And I only went out there and I think I pressed it 3 times. 3 separate times.
Yep.
Not 3 reps. Like I just went over there, pressed and cleaned it, took a break. Went back over, did it again, took a break. And this was
just getting your cues,
just
getting everything down,
getting yourself ready, and then after that, trust the process. That's why you do the work beforehand. So you just need to like trust the process. And if you feel and if you're ready and you're warm, like you'll be just fucking fine.
Oh yeah,
just fucking fine. So the people that are just overdoing it, like trust yourself, trust your process. Like you'll be all right. And then other people, like, it's going to happen. And I've done it too, where you thought you were warmed up and then all of a sudden, like, the comp weight hits you and you're just like, bull. And it's just like, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for that. 0. And I've been there.
Yeah.
And this is where you learn. So, those are the biggest things, I think.
I think we basically covered everything.
I would say, just overall, like, do's and don'ts, I guess, of comping is, if it's your first one, I say or even if it is now, take every event, one event at the time.
I knew you were going to come up with that.
Yeah,
I think that's my biggest thing is people get so wrapped up on, I fucked this up.
Yeah.
Fuck this up. I'm fucked.
Yep.
You're gonna put yourself into a really shitty position,
dude,
and
you
are gonna fuck up the rest of your comp by thinking that you fucked up the rest of the comp.
And it's so easy. I mean, I understand. Trust me, I fucking get it. And it's really hard. You almost bury yourself in quicksand because you're not. It's different. Like, when things go awesome and you're fighting for good positions, it's easy to stay in the game and stay there mentally. But when you fuck up the first event or like something goes wrong in the second event, it's like. Really, and over on hindsight, you still got 3 events that you could murder, and it's like, but people get into like a little quicksand, and like just like I don't want to be here now. Like I just keep fucking everything up and this, and I've been there, like, and it does suck. But the name of Strongman is like whether you fucked up your best event, which you thought you were gonna win, and it actually turned out worse. A lot of times I've had it the opposite, where like. The one event, I was like, fuck this.
I'm going to zero this.
And it ends up being fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Because you didn't give up and you just gave everything you have. So take every event one at a time.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. So, just, and then, of course, if you're in the later games, like, you're not going to zero anything. You're just fighting for positions and stuff. Keep an eye on, that's one thing I used to do, too. Is that it used to be I had to learn to take one event at a time. So I did that. And then I got to the point where I didn't even pay attention to the scoreboard because it was like, well, I can only give what I can give, on every event, which is fine. And that's a good way to look at it. But then it hit me again, where later on, where Sunday paper the last year was like, if you're not paying attention to points in some way, it's like sometimes having a goal is a good thing. So like, knowing like, oh, you only need one fucking rep, dude. Like if you did in their mind, that you only got to do one rep to do something, like you're going to do it. You know what I mean? Where if it's just like, fucking, I don't know, I got to try to match his 12 and something goes wrong.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So there's just so many things to it, but I think kind of what we laid out is just like, start there, start with the basics, make the uncomfortable comfortable, and make it as home as possible. And you'll be good. So, and each athlete is different, but I think those are your biggest ones. So,
yeah.
So I hope that helps for you guys.
OSG is going to be fun.
Dude, OSG is going to be so much fun. We got some videos for you guys.
Yeah, so I'm flying out with him.
Yep.
We're going to record all of it and toss it on the YouTube for you guys.
Yep. So,
I bought a fancy gimbal.
Yeah, he did. He got a sick thing. So
it's super cool. I think you guys are gonna like it.
You guys are gonna like it. So,
other than that, make sure that you guys just go into comp day with a great mindset of I'm gonna fuck shit up.
And that's and you do. You need to be fucking confident.
Period.
Be humble, but be confident. Like you got to be confident in your abilities and what the fuck is there. So 100% agree. 100% agree.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
So yeah, guys. Yeah. So if you guys are just starting, hope you take those words. If you guys are still, you've been at a bunch of shows, maybe that's something you haven't heard.
Yeah,
So never always be a student to your craft. So
without a doubt.
yeah.
Well, I think that's going to do it.
Yep.
Episode number 54.
That's right.
We appreciate you guys,
Love you.
everything that you guys do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, make sure you guys go check out the website. Go order a shirt.
Dude,
We'll get one
for
shipped
real.
out to you.
Dude, get them ready for you.
Or a
Send it.
sweatshirt. It's getting
Or
cold.
It is. It's getting a little chilly willy out there.
It's getting a little naughty.
Yes. And, that Built for War sweater will look really good with those Ugg boots while you're drinking a pumpkin spice latte fucking thing or whatever. Or
One of those mocha choco bullshits.
yeah, that's for your lady. Or you could wear a badass Built for War sweater with your coffee and whiskey.
Yeah.
It's totally cool, brother.
Either or. The sweatshirts are really nice.
Yeah.
We just got them in, and they're really good quality. So
Yeah.
make sure that if you guys want them, go on there, builtforwarstrength.com. You
Yeah.
can go buy you a nice sweatshirt. And other than that,
Yeah.
thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Austin.
I'm going to try my best. And to you guys, we appreciate you.
We do.
We love you guys. We
Love
will.
you guys. Keep you updated. Keep it going.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week.
Yep. Stay hard.
All right. Stay
Later.
strong.